I visited the Anza-Borrego desert the first time in 2004, and I fell immediately in love with the area. Back then, I wasn't a runner at all. I didn't do any sports, in fact. Not in my wildest dreams, or should I say nightmares perhaps, did I imagine that I would ever do a 210-mile loop across all these mountains and into all these canyons. Just the idea would have sounded utterly crazy and impossible. However, 19 years later, I came back to do exactly that.
Total FKT anxiety, FKT regrets. Can't believe I'm doing this again. It's insane. It's definitely not gonna do this ever again. Here I am again, trying to avoid possibly 17 mistakes, possibly a lot more. This is the first climb. It looks small, but I know it's not. It was exactly 100 degrees at the start. Now I have some hope that it will cool down quickly. Right.
Well, of course it didn't cool down. What was I thinking? After all, this is the Anza-Borrego desert, and it's usually very, very hot.
First peak. First peak. Oh Lord.
This is a poor will. I've seen many throughout the night. Their eyes glow quite magically. Some fly away, but others don't.
I think this is peak number 3. No idea. Got the name. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Impossible. I don't know what time it is. I'm not sure where I am. It's totally all fucked up. I took a nap, hopefully. This would fix my stomach. This was not a good night. No. This was terrible. This was terrible. God, it was terrible. On the way to Rabbit. Took me about 2 hours longer to Williger the last time. Maybe because it was night. I don't know. That's terrible.
Well, all I could say was this.
It's fucking messed up. It's fucking messed up. It's fucking messed up.
This was my 3rd time doing the Santa Rosa Traverse. Each time felt worse than the previous time. This time I really suffered from the heat, the sun, and from not having enough water. I got increasingly behind schedule, increasingly dehydrated, and increasingly hopeless.
The sun's the worst. I'm very seriously dehydrated. It's been way hotter. I had much more water, but not enough. This is not good. The only thing I could really eat were dates, but unfortunately I lost them, which is unbelievable. I think I left my pocket open. The only food I could eat was gone.
There was the usual bushwhacking, the usual bouldering, and the usual trying to find a good line. This time I carried a saw, and that was quite helpful. I tried to nap numerous times to reset my stomach, but it didn't really work. I knew I wouldn't have enough water to make it to Pinyon Pines.
It's fucking insanely hot. Those flies are fucking annoying.
My only hope was to find some snowmelt higher up. I ended up getting really lucky and found a few remaining puddles from snowmelt. I was finally able to drink to thirst. Basically took me all of the second night to bag the last remaining 2 peaks. There were still piles of snow higher up.
Breakfast sandwich. That felt pretty good. Revitalized to have maybe a mile and a half on this stupid dirt road.
In Pinyon Pines, I wrapped up the 43-mile Santa Rosa Traverse. This was supposed to be the slowest and hardest part of the entire loop. But was it? We shall find out.
It is hot like hell. I did a quick stop. It is 11 o'clock now. I only slept an hour. We'll see how that goes.
I knew the next 7 miles would be relatively easy. The trail seems to be used mostly as a bike trail, and it goes down deep into a canyon. The last 2 miles or so before the turn off into the mountains follows some nice creek. It was still flowing really well, so I took a lunch break, quick nap, and then continued.
Well, I'm telling you, I brought like 6 of these mini apples.
In these hot and windy conditions, the savory and crunchy apples turned out to be an amazing treat. Finally, it was time to turn off into the mountains again and to do a 5-mile climb up to the PCT. Because it was really cold and rainy on my first attempt, I didn't go to Hidden Falls. But this time I did, and it turned out to be a little paradise in the middle of the desert. I promised myself to eat my 2 remaining crunchy apples as soon as I would reach the PCT. That worked quite well as a motivator. The trail was very overgrown and really hard to follow. I kept telling myself that surely there wouldn't be any rattlesnake in that grass. Until I actually saw one.
Let's just say that navigating through this is a minefield.
After some rather minor bushwhacking and some trail maintenance, I reached Live Oak Spring. I filled up my bottles, had some early dinner, and then headed another mile up to the PCT.
Toro in the background.
It was finally time to enjoy my last 2 remaining crunchy apples for the day. Moving on the PCT was really easy and no navigation was required anymore. I went into the night for another 10 miles or so.
Well, hello. Good morning. It's 4:15. I slept about 4 hours. It was bitter cold. There's nothing better than fresh socks and no cheatgrass in them. Yesterday was a cheatgrass fiesta. So, yeah. carrying all my water for 42 miles. Oh, excuse me. That's the bacon and the roll saying goodbye. So far I can say that it was either hot as hell or it was chilly and windy, but really nothing in between.
When the sun came out, I dried my gear and had lunch in the meantime.
The
The stream of northbound PCT hikers never seemed to stop. Many were huffing and puffing, many had huge packs. I handed out many of my apples to hikers who seemed to need a little bit of a treat.
This old guy walks by me and goes like, "Oh, there's other old guys doing it." I'm like, "Well, thanks, I'm not that old actually."
I slowly made my way towards Warner Springs, where I had to quit the first time. The rivers that I could barely cross back then were now tame and easily crossable.
Oh great, it just started raining. Can't believe it. This Warner Spring is cursed. Oh god. Another day in paradise. Got up at 2 o'clock. It's been raining more or less all night. Grass is wet. What you're doing? Yeah, breakfast.
The journey continued. Sometime in the morning, I came across the 100-mile mark for the northbound PCT hikers.
I don't know how many times I heard the joke now that Canada is the other way. Well, I'm not going to Canada. Would you care for some dates and bacon? I guess I could even add mayonnaise.
I would like to warn you of a plant that you should stay away from at all costs. I speak from experience. I told you, stay away. Especially at night, they will watch you. Don't get close, and don't stare at them.
Oh, hey Snake. How are you? What's your name?
I'm Karen.
What pronouns do you go by?
Oh, don't even get me started. Can I see your PCT permit?
Permits? No, I don't have PCT permits.
Well, that's a problem. There are certain rules and regulations that need to be followed. Which PCT monument do you want to be burnt on? The southern or the northern monument? I'll make a note here.
Well, can I perhaps speak to your manager?
No, but you can fill out a feedback form at the end of this conversation.
Well, is that the only options you've got on the table, or is there something else you could do? Can I make a donation or sacrifice of some sorts? Oh, wait. How about an apple? Could I maybe bribe you with an apple? Would that be okay? Okay, yeah, sorry. Didn't want to offend you. Okay. Alright, Snake, appreciate it. Thank you for letting me go, and have a great day. Enjoy your tunnel.
After this incident, I continued into the night. I got increasingly tired and really hit rock bottom at some point.
Those miles are not efficient anymore. I'm just stumbling around. Oh, terribly tired. I'll look for a camp. Let's see. It's cozy. Crushed chips before breakfast. It's every man's dream.
It was 2:30 in the morning when I came by a PCT campsite that had 16 tents. I was in the mood for a little prank.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ranger Dave. May I see your PCT permits, please? Once again, good morning, everyone. This is Ranger Dave. May I see your PCT permits, please? All right. How about you? What's your trail name? Harp Fart. Welcome to Harp Fart. Thanks for your permit, and I see your chart is perfectly set up. Great job, Harp Fart. Finally leaving the PCT. Oh, those morning hours are always hard when it gets colder and colder before the sunrise, and you get more tired. Yeah, oh well. I think this is what I would call a roll call.
I was now on the Anza-Borrego Traverse section, and I had a total of about 55 miles to go. This section has lots of sand, it's very exposed, and there's absolutely no water. But thankfully I still had plenty of apples, and also lots of mayonnaise.
This is a cheese mayonnaise taco, if you haven't heard of that. It's the little things that count in the desert. The cacti taco with a lot of love from Hellman. It's kind of from hell, but yeah, it says it all. Well, I had another foot care stop. It's going a little better, but the sand is just grinding like sandpaper. You know what I mean?
I let myself seduce by another crunchy apple. Then I got ready for another dark night. The sand was endless, the wind was relentless, and the evening skies were beautiful. At some point, it even started raining again.
Well, I can't say it's going well. Maybe an apple will help. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Alles hatten Ende, nur die Wurst hat zwei. Die Wurst hat zwei. Ja, das ist die Wahrheit. Oh, hey! How are you? Oh, fuck. It's just a bush.
The night felt endless. The going in the sand and the wind was really exhausting.
Beautiful morning. Okie dokie. Wind died down a little. I have about 10 miles to go. That will probably take me like 5 hours. Oh, everything hurts.
All the trails were completely blown in with sand. The surface was as crunchy as my app.
Last apple. Still like, whatever, 7-8 miles away. Probably never gonna make it. So I'll eat the apple. Once the fucking snake didn't want it.
Finally, I reached a paved road where I had to do another mile or so.
Oh, that pavement hurts. This is actually the only pavement on this 210-mile loop. Less than a mile. So pretty sweet, I would say. Yeah, pretty sweet. I'm never gonna do this again. But looks like I'm about 2 hours behind my spreadsheet. It's not too bad. Knowing that I was on the way, sometimes up to 9 hours behind. Hello, I'm Karen. Can I see your PCT permit? For 3 days I've been wondering whether ticks cheer when they find a host finally. Because I vaguely remember that I think they need blood from 3 different hosts before they can actually reproduce. That needs a lot of luck. Seems quite appropriate that they should be cheering.